to, I split it between the ACLU and the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, end quote. Right?
That's correct. I made that statement as soon as I got a divorce and we reached the settlement. That's when I pledged it, right then.
And you say this because you, quote, wanted nothing, end quote.
That is correct.
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
But you hadn't donated your entire $7 million settlement to charity at that point, had you?
That's incorrect.
Sitting here today, Ms. Heard, you still haven't donated the $7 million divorce settlement to charity. Isn't that right?
Now I'm panicking.
It's what she deserves.
Incorrect. I pledged the entirety of the settlement, $7 million to charity, and I intend to fulfill those obligations.
Ms. Heard, that's not my question.
I am shook.
Please,
what was
try
your
to answer
question?
my question. Sitting here today, you have not donated the $7 million donated, not pledged.
Donated.
The $7 million divorce settlement to charity.
I use pledge and donation synonymous.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
With one another.
But I don't. Ms. Heard, I don't use it synonymously.
That's how donations are paid.
Ms. Heard, respectfully, that's not my question. He testified that at the beginning portion of the video where you set up the camera, that wasn't included in the video that TMC received.
I don't know what video TMC
I'm talking about Mr. Tremaine's testimony, Ms. Heard. Let's just focus on Mr. Tremaine.
You're asking me to repeat his testimony?
No, I'm asking you if you recall hearing him say those words to this jury.
Yes, I heard his testimony. We all did.
And he testified that the end of the video where you can be seen smirking. I know you testified earlier that you haven't been smirking in this trial, but you sure were caught on camera smirking in that video.
I disagree with that.
Was also not included in the TMZ video.
Everyone can watch that video and you can determine whether you think it's funny to me or not.
But imagine how tired we are.
That's because the video came from you, right, Ms. Heard?
Oh, shit!
No, it did not.
You edited out the portions.
That video did not come to me. I mean, come from me.
Ms. Heard, you edited out the portions that made you look bad before sending it to TMC.
You are very wrong about that.
So that
if I wanted to
Mr.
leak
Depp
information, I could have done it in a more effective way.
Wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
A lot sooner and a lot more.
Because
I was
exactly
living with a mountain of this evidence. If I wanted to leak it, I could have done a lot more with it.
You stupid.
I thought you testified earlier in this trial that you didn't know how to leak things.
I don't.
Right. This is a situation where you were trying to get Mr. Depp to pay attention to you. Isn't that right?
No, I was trying to stop him from using.
And because he ran away from you at the first sign of trouble, you call him a monster,
I was trying to stop him from turning into the monster. The drugs are the key that opened the door.
Who was the real monster in this relationship, Ms. Heard?
Listen, Johnny, half of Johnny. It's not all of Johnny. The other half of him is wonderful and beautiful and the man I love.
As of today, you have not paid $3.5 million of your own money to the ACLU.
Yes or no?
I have not yet.
And as of today, you have not paid $3.5 million of your own money to the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, correct?
I have not yet.
Johnny sued me.
How many do I give? 0.
So as of today, you have not paid $7 million of your divorce settlement to charity, right?
I have not been able to fulfill those obligations yet.
I am dead inside.
Picture of an alleged bruise on the right side of your face. Do you remember him saying that?
I remember him saying that.
That information must have come from your team, right, Ms. Heard?
Absolutely not.
Why would I want that? What actual survivor of domestic violence wants that?
Wait a damn minute.
Actual survivor.
He fucked up.
I want to go home.
You may have noticed that no one showed up for Ms. Heard in this courtroom other than her sister. Every other witness who traveled to Virginia for her was a paid expert. This is a woman who burns bridges. Her close friends don't show up for her.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it.
and that this could only have been possible if the video was received directly from the source. Yes?
I heard him say that. I don't know if that's true or if that's possible because it didn't come from the I was flying.
Why the fuck you lying?
So I know that's incorrect, is what I mean to say.
Another liar on the stand.
I just know that that's incorrect.
Right.
Oh, you're not ashamed of yourself.
Ms. Heard, I'm talking about your actions.
What?
This is what you would do to Mr. Depp when he would leave you. You would harangue him.
I would try
Isn't that
to,
correct? You would harangue him.
Your Honor, at least let her answer the question. Interrupt you.
That's fine. Go ahead and answer the question.
I do not think I would characterize my behavior that way. I was trying to stop him from using.
You were texting him incessantly. Isn't that correct, Ms. Heard?
It was imperative for my life.
Ms. Heard,
it was very important.
my question is
to me.
much more simple. You were texting him incessantly.
I would
yes
try
or no?
everything to
Ms.
get a hold of him and
so
to stop the cycle.
That's a yes, right?
I would try everything to stop the cycle. It was that important to me.
And he's the monster for not responding to you.
That's not what made him the monster.
For needing space from you.
The monster was not the guy who needed space. The
Not
monster
for
was
doing
who
drugs.
he was when he came back.
Not for doing drugs, Ms. Heard. Not for being violent. Just for needing space. That's when you called Mr. Depp the monster.
Incorrect. Sorry, let me clarify. I was testifying that I know that that's what Officer Science said, that she didn't consider my red puffy face injured. That's what she said.
The red, puffy face, that was your counsel's question, correct?
That was
She
her
said-
testimony in the UK.
That's incorrect, and you know that, Ms. Heard.
I don't feel so good.
I disagree.
It's just inconvenient for you that Officer Science didn't see injuries on you on May 21, 2016.
It doesn't matter what's convenient for me.
Right.
I actually had no idea whether they were going to be there or not. When I walked into the courtroom that day, it was completely quiet, still, empty. Even though I had given Johnny's team notice that I was filing the
Objection.
TRO,
Your Honor, this is not
we had no
responsive.
reason to
Move
believe
to
that
strike.
press knew.
And Your Honor, I would also ask that you instruct the witness to please stop talking once I lodge an objection.
Your Honor, she's trying to answer the question as best she can, and Ms. Vasquez is misrepresenting to her what she testified to.
Well, I'll strike the last part as non-responsive. Just if you could just answer the questions asked. Okay? Thank you, Ms. Heard.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Ms. Heard will not admit that she has ever done anything wrong. But she cannot deny what you heard on those recordings. As much as Ms. Heard and her lawyers have tried to make this case about Mr. Depp's language, it is Ms. Heard that repeatedly admits to violence.
I don't know what to tell you.
Shut up, bitch!
Yeah, and Mr. Romero testified that he didn't see any swelling or bruises on your face when you were talking to him at the front desk.
You wouldn't have.
No, he wouldn't have, even though he had a habit, because his parents taught him correctly, to look into someone's eyes when speaking to them. Isn't that correct?
I know that's what you testified to, yes.
You're done. You're done.
Those locks were to the penthouses at the Eastern Columbia building. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
But you changed the locks to the penthouses on May 22nd, 2016.
I attempted to.
I'm about to kill it.
That's why you felt comfortable having James Franco over the evening of May 22nd, 2016, Ms. Heard?
Spill the tea, sis.
I do not know when James came over.
Okay, let's remind you.
Oh,
Can we
shit!
please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 304, which is already in evidence, and play from 254 through 439? And that's because you did want something.
Didn't you?
I didn't want anything and I didn't get anything.
You wanted Mr. Depp's money.
Didn't get it, wasn't interested in it. I loved Johnny, that's why I was with him.
You wanted praise for donating the money, right?
That's incorrect.
You wanted good press.
In general, one does want good press, yes.
You wanted to seem altruistic publicly.
Wasn't my interest. My interest is in my name and clearing my name. And at the time, I was being called a liar and my motives were being questioned. I did see it as important to clear that up. I wanted to make a statement to make sure that there was not any doubt.
You don't have any pictures of Mr. Depp actually consuming cocaine, do you?
I don't think I have a picture of him mid-snort.
I think you're stupid.
You don't even have any pictures of Mr. Depp with cocaine.
What do you mean by that?
Holding cocaine, standing next to cocaine, sitting next to cocaine.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, you haven't shown any of those pictures like that to the jury, have you?
I don't know. No, I haven't.
And you were never able to catch Mr. Depp with cocaine on film either, were you?
I've never tried.
Okay.
But you were able to catch him sleeping.
But I'm a creep.
I have seen him pass out in all sorts of places, yes.
What did Ms. Heard capture of this supposed rampage? Mr. Depp moaning in distress?
Yes, I did that.
That's what she chose to record. What sort of person records something like that? What sort of person takes pictures of their husband or boyfriend or fiance who's struggling with sobriety, nodding off with ice cream dripping down his leg, his hand in his pocket, or asleep on the ground? What sort of person does that?
I did it.
Definitely not someone that's afraid of him. You were sitting here in this courtroom when Officer Melissa Sines testified by deposition about being called to the Eastern Columbia building on May 21st, 2016, right?
I saw her testimony, yes.
And you heard Officer Sines testify that she did not see any injuries on you that night, correct?
I heard her testify she did not consider this injured.
No. Miss Officer Sines testified that she met with you and she did not see any injuries on your face. Isn't that correct?
She did not consider this injury.
Miss Heard, my question is a bit more nuanced.
Huh? So is my answer.
All right.
On the third day of your direct testimony, you testified that this photograph reflected spilled wine in Penthouse 5 on May 21st, 2016, didn't you?
Again, I don't know because I'm looking at a partial picture of a floor, so unless you remove the metadata you've covered up, we could then tell. If you
I didn't cover it up, Your Honor.
Could we unredact them so we could get context?
That's how it's in evidence.
That's how it's in evidence.
I don't understand.
Next question.
Well, the metadata next to it is so that
Ms.
to
Heard,
avoid this
Ms.
sort of
Heard,
confusion.
there is no question pending, and I would appreciate it if you wouldn't be making argument to the jury.
Sorry, I
It's
thought you had
inappropriate.
asked me about it.
No, I didn't ask you about anything.
And that's on period.
I'm just literally on the verge of like a mental breakdown.